What's going on, Jerome's? It's beautiful here in the great state of Minnesota. It's starting to get a little bit cooler, so that's right. That's right. The shirts are out. We got both kinds of music, country and Western. But some random Vikings tidbits to start off your Thursday morning. First up, Justin Jefferson was at the dish yesterday feeding the local media jackals, talking about his relationship with a rookie first-round receiver, Jordan Addison. Justin Jefferson, go. Quote, he's definitely soaking it in, definitely asking questions, just trying to be a student of the game. Like I said before, I want him to lean on me when he's not strong home, whenever he needs it, no matter if it's football or off the field. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson on his relationship with wide receiver Jordan Addison, which is good. Where I feel like Jefferson, even though he's got this happy-go-lucky persona, I feel like he gets it. Like, he understands what it means to be a professional. He understands what it means to be the face of this team, the face of this league. And I think that he is mature beyond his years. So I think that he would absolutely be a fantastic resource for Addison. I think KJ also is extremely mature. I think he's a great resource too. So hopefully Addison does soak all that in, because, well, not only are you learning from a guy who's probably the best route runner in the game and easily the best wide receiver in the National Football League right now, but a guy who also holds himself really well off the field, and something that Addison should take note from. Also, speaking of JJ, so he talked about his top 5 route runners in the NFL over on the Yahoo Fantasy Show with our guy Matt Harmon. So Jefferson, 1A, 1B, him and Davante Adams. I mean, respect. Davante Adams, the pride of Fresno State, still doing the damn thing. And also, since he's not a greasy, grimy Green Bay Packer anymore, I can say that I really respect Davante Adams, and he is one of the best receivers in the game over the last decade plus. Then you got number 3, Keenan Allen. Woo! People sleep on Keenan Allen. I mean, Keenan Allen, for my money, has been one of the cleanest and meanest route runners in the game for the last handful of seasons. Perennially underrated. I don't know if it's just playing with the Chargers or what, but Keenan Allen is that guy. Stephon Diggs at 4. Respect Diggs, super clean. And then Jamar Chase at 5. He's got to put his guy in there, right? And you'll notice this, whether it's JJ making a list, checking it twice, or Jamar making a list, they always put the other guy at like 5. So it's a little bit of respect, but a little bit of Chip Scoggins talking about Brian Flores' defense. So blitzes and disguise and all that stuff. Scoggins, go. Asked Titans quarterback Ryan Tannehill today if Brian Flores' scheme is unique with its blitzes and disguises. Tannehill said he wouldn't describe it as unique, but added it's definitely a style that you don't see a whole lot. It's something you don't see on a weekly basis, which is something that we've waited for, where even with the Zimmer defense, it was sort of a lineup and we'll do our job and then we'll get exotic on third down. No, Flores is being exotic and erotic on all downs. Some downs you got both edge rushers on one side, you got blitzes, you got feints, you got disguises, you got man that looks like zone, you got zone that looks like man. So, Flores is going to change things up, and he's very demanding of his defense, and also it's going to change from week to week, which is something beautiful that we haven't seen in a long time. It's been a long time since Dalvin wore number 33. He switched to number 4 last season for the Vikings. 33 went to Brian Asamoah. But now it's snip, snap, snip, snap. Yankee swap. Tom Pelissero, go. New Jersey swap. I get it. It's a double entendre. Dalvin Cook is going back to his old number 33 with the Jets, per his agent, Zach Hiller. Now, DJ Reed, cornerback on the Jets, currently wears number 4. And, DJ Reed is a stud in his own right. Sauce gets all the publicity, but, Reed is really solid as well. And it could be a spot where Dalvin probably tried to offer to pay for 4, and DJ Reed maybe was like, no. Or DJ Reed is popular enough where his jerseys could have been printed, and if there's a number change, the player has to buy out the inventory. So maybe it was like, hey, I'll do it, but you got to spend the $1 million to buy out the inventory of my jerseys. And maybe Dalvin was like, no, I don't know. But either way, it's interesting. So Dalvin goes back to 33, even though all offseason he was like 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, all that stuff. Hey, all I care about is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's the $2 million in cap space the Vikings get back. That was guaranteed to Dalvin this year. That's all I care about, man. Unfortunately, Treylon Burks was carted off from Vikings-Titans joint practice on Wednesday. But some good news for the receiver from Arkansas. Rap sheet, go. Titans wide receiver Treylon Burks, suffered an LCL sprain during practice today. Sources say after the MRI, this is good news, and Burks should only miss a few weeks. A scare, but a solid result considering, which is really good. It's something that you always hate to see, and I think Treylon Burks is super talented, and wishing him and the Titans the best, but we won't be seeing him in the rest of joint practices or the preseason game this Saturday. But overall, good news that he seemed to escape major ligament damage, whether ACL or MCL. Speaking of ligaments, unfortunately, Jeremy Fowler, ESPN Go. Sources: Bucs wide receiver Russell Gage will miss the 2023 season with the knee injury suffered today versus the Jets. So they had joint practice, and it's important since the Vikings do play the Buccaneers week 1, and Russell Gage, low-key, is one of the better wide receiver threes in the league. Now, the Bucs still have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, obviously, and guys like Trey Palmer from Nebraska could step up as a wide receiver 3. But I've always liked Russell Gage, and he's a pro's pro, and it's really unfortunate that he is going to be missing this season. Something that's not missing is a little bit of drip and swag. So our guy Destroying, yes, a kicking phenomenon, the YouTube sensation. So he travels around and does these one-on-one camps, which is really, really a lot of fun. Not gonna lie. Recently, he was here at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill, and he goes around to the NFL teams and colleges, and he gets swagged out in all the gear and stuff, and he looks pretty good. I mean, that Mekhi Blackman jersey is looking good. Or is this like a leftover Kellen Mond jersey? I don't know, man. But Detroit. So he's got a big time leg. He kicked at UCF. Eventually, he left the team to do YouTube, which is something I respect. The question is, could he kick in the NFL? I actually don't think that he wants to kick in the NFL. I think he likes the idea of threatening to kick in the NFL. Where it keeps the specter of his aura alive. But either way, he's super entertaining. I love his content, and I don't know, he looks good in purple, man. Like, hey, if Greg Joseph or Podlesny really suck, Destroying. Let's go, man. Let's go. Speaking of destroying his legacy, no, just absolutely playing, man. Don't save me the mean comments, but. Yeah, so Adam, Jerome, Ezekiel Thielen was let go by the Vikings, decided to take his talents to Carolina to try and win a Super Bowl, but still love Thielen. I think that he's a high-character dude, and I think that he's going to do a lot for Carolina, both the community as well as that young team as they learn to grow. But he had a great moment. So Hard Knocks is going on. They're following the New York Jets, and one of the storylines has been the rise and fall of Zach Wilson. The former number 2 overall pick has really fallen on hard times, got replaced by an 80-year-old man with brittle bones. And Thielen, after their preseason game, he had a great moment with Zach Wilson where I don't know if Thielen knows Zach Wilson from Adam or if they have any previous relationship, but Thielen came over and just gave a really from the heart, impassioned talk to Wilson about perseverance, about not giving up, that the kid does have talent, and don't let all the haters and the losers get him down and all that stuff. And Zach Wilson was like, thanks. But it really was a good moment for Thielen, and whether the cameras were there or not, I think Thielen would still do something like this. So it's always super cool to see the pride of the Mankato State University Community College have a moment like this on Hard Knocks. Speaking of moments, so you usually have like 2 moments to try and order one of those Unreal Co. hoodies super frustrating. So, Unreal Co. announced that they're back doing 6 new limited edition designs for the Vikings. And, Unreal Co., their local company, they do awesome hoodies and stuff. And all the designs are super awesome, right? But the thing about it is that they drop them, and then like 2 minutes later they're sold out, and it's tough because me and the wife have tried a couple times because not gonna lie, I would love to get me one of these hoodies, but they're always just like done, and it's usually bots, right? And it's sort of like a meme and a trope at this point where it's like, and they're gone. But I understand the marketing angle from this from Unreal Co's perspective. So number 1, they're awesome hoodies. They look really cool. They're super comfortable. I have some non-Vikings Unreal Co gear around here somewhere, but part of the mystique and the aura is they're really hard to get, and that's part of the marketing, where also it saves on them in production because they print up they print up a handful of hoodies. They make sure they hand them out to the players, so the players wear them in press conferences. You see them on the sideline stuff, so everyone's like, ooh, look at that. Well, not sidelines because they have an official deal with Nike, but they wear them in press conferences, they wear them on Instagram, and that creates the hype. But then it gets to the release, and then they only have X amount, and they're always sold out. So that creates almost like a mystique about them. And so then you see them on eBay like 2 seconds later for twice the price. But I don't know. Like, part of me thinks is like they should just print off tens of thousands and then just sell them. I know they sell them on game days, but yeah, it's whatever. But long story longer, if someone is able to come down with one of these in a size extra large, because I like my hoodies baggy, not saying, I'm just saying we do have a PO box for the show. Get in contact with me. There you go. But that's it. That's today's Vikings Thursday morning news dump. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.